So can I get a shout out to the East fans? Can you guys cheer for your team a little bit? I asked East to go first on purpose because we here at West. Can we go a little louder than that? Let's do a shout out to the West side. All right, so the first point of the game goes to the West side. Tonight we actually gave your pig on for our breast cancer awareness today. As we watch the East and the West fight together to support this cause at Doylestown Hospital. Doylestown Health and Cancer Institute, the proceeds are going there to a wonderful cause. I'm sure there is an individual in this audience who doesn't have somebody they love, somebody in their family who hasn't been touched by this terrible disease. And tonight, we come together and we do our best, we put our little thumbprint on trying to eradicate this terrible disease by doing what we can to a great sport like volleyball. So thank you for being part of this. Our snack shop, as you guys have already seen, we have lots of food, drinks, snacks, and big clean treats, baked goods, the Park Avenue pastries, and Panera Bread, so a shout out to them for helping us out.
Move it along, East Coast.
We have some cool pink t-shirts to commemorate our evening together. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there are more than 20 silent auctions out there filled with great items and our local businesses. I ask you to please go out there and take a look, bid. Everything is going to a wonderful cause. So we'll keep that going probably until about the end of the second game. And then we'll announce our winners. In addition to the amazing silent auction, we have a fitty-fitty. With all proceeds going directly to our cause, again, the Doylestown Health Cancer Institute. And you can purchase as many tickets as you like, $1 a piece, and a t-shirt ticket. Please go get your fitty ticket, and good luck. On behalf of CQS and East volleyball teams, we'd like to give a special thanks to Gina Rubel. Is Gina in the house? Is Gina Rubel here?
She left.
All right, let's just all give her a big applause for all the work that she's done. Gina Rubel. She designed, donated the posters for this evening event, as well as reach out to local businesses, and I want to thank everybody. We all, as we're all working hard, it's always such a hard thing to do. We get the cause is so important. We're here to do our part in wiping out cancer. So let's get our ping on. We have some competitive volleyball, but first I need to introduce somebody. Is that where I am right now? We're going to do this. All right, so far so good. All right, so I'm going to introduce our representative from Doylestown Hospital, Joan Buckley, who's a nurse. She's going to speak to us for about 2 hours. She's going to speak to us about this special event and the Doylestown Health Cancer Institute. So, Joan?
Hold on, whatever you want to do.
Great little thing that you guys will really think I'm just a pastel, but I just can't work. My name is Joan, and I represent 8 of the nurses that work in our unit, and about 15 staff members at the Cancer Hospital itself, who have made our Cancer Institute what it is today, which is an upstanding institution and a place to receive chemotherapy and very up-to-date treatments instead of going out to the university settings in Philadelphia. The word oncology, and I am an oncology nurse, comes from the Latin term oncos. Oncos means tumor, but it's the study of tumors, and that is what oncology is. I am also a survivor. I'm 5 years this month. For the nurses to tell the nurse how to do it and what to do and instructions to follow. I've been blessed with being treated with Doylestown Hospital, and year for that to finally show itself. So I went through chemo and did all that stuff, and I was bald and I was miserable, but I came out on the other side feeling sunny and continuing to do what I do every day. But that's enough about me. I want to tell you what's available at Doylestown Hospital. We are affiliated with the University of Pennsylvania so that the patients who come there for a consultation certainly have access to the radiation therapy department, which is headed up from UPenn physicians who direct the care. If there are clinical trials that are available, and clinical trial is where all chemotherapy programs have come about. You kind of match what is standard treatment against what could be the next standard treatment to show what works better. So there are clinical trials where you test out new drugs, new doses, stuff like that, and that is how you really get to have progress and success in chemotherapy. We're very proud to offer that. We do have a nurse that follows and is able to access all that information and bring it to the physician and say, listen, this patient has such and such type of tumor. We have a program and we're going to be able to offer that something innovative instead of just standard treatment. In our unit, we have 4 private rooms, and then we have an open area of 12 chairs, which are lounge chairs, very comfortable. They warm up because most patients are anemic and they're very cold, so we keep them warm. We have us nurses who do the bulk of the job, but we have a tremendous staff of volunteers who come around with cookies and handshakes and help patients feel at home and help the nurses do what we have to do. We also have a pharmacist on staff which mixes all the chemotherapy itself. It's prepared in a state-of-the-art room which prevents the pharmacists and the techs from being exposed to chemotherapy, getting on your skin or inhaling and things like that, because we don't want us to go to one area, and that is where there are cancer cells present. The other things that we have there are a nurse navigator. Just as it says, navigator helps you through the course of treatment. We have a nurse navigator for breast cancer as well as lung. This is a person that you kind of hold on to as you're going through your course of diagnosis. You know, the testing that needs to be done, which is interminable, it just continues on and on until the physicians figure out what type of cancer you have, what stage, where it is present in the body, if it's going from the breast to the lung, that gives you a different number, a different code that eventually will give you your treatment plan. But anyway, she is a person that is extremely helpful to so many women in this terrible time of distress. We also have a cancer risk evaluator, and what she does is primarily when a patient presents with a type of tumor, she offers this therapy or says, come here, I want to talk to you and talk about your family history. Family history is so important because, you hear the statistics, 1 out of 8 women in the United States will develop breast cancer in their lifetime. So the important thing is to know what your risk factors are. If your mother, your sister, your aunt have had breast cancer or ovarian cancer, both of those things have a big link now. So knowing that that's in your history puts you in, as a daughter or whatever relationship to the patient, puts you in a particular responsibility to yourself to get yourself checked and know that you are in a high-risk category for developing it and to follow things over time. We also have a social worker. She's the person that we call when there's problems that we really can't figure out, and she gives access to community programs, insurance issues, all that kind of stuff. We have a nutritionist. We have me. We have a lot of stuff. So what we are really happy about is that we, as well as Alliance Cancer specialists that are within our hospital, are able to offer the most up-to-date treatments there are instead of going down to Philadelphia or New Jersey to get their treatments. Last year, through the Pink Night, You were able to donate to our unit a total of $2,600. And what that has really helped provide to our hospital is helping with the cost of wigs. Wigs are over $100 usually. It's something that you certainly want to protect your self-esteem and wear some hair, or wear a hat, or wear a pink boa, who cares? But insurances that don't pay for that, we have hair services and wigs in our hospital that are available. That money that you guys raise also help provide some post-mastectomy garments, the different types of camisoles and stuff that you wear to make yourself feel pretty, as well as to give you support post-operatively after your procedure. Every woman with breast cancer receives a really premium comprehensive breast cancer handbook. A lot of questions in there that are answered, a lot of pictures, and it's a very overwhelming time because there's so much information out there about the cervical, about what it's like to have breast cancer. But this is an A1 handbook that we give women, and it's very helpful. It helps them to go to someplace to receive the information that they need. And also, at the Health and Wellness Center, we have partnered, again, through your contributions, to develop a program called Cancer Fit. And it's like fitness. What it is, it's a 12-week program that are offered to people who have just completed chemotherapy and need to get back on their feet. So they get a trainer, they get nutrition, as well as that kind of stuff, and they help them gradually get their muscle tone back, give them their stamina to be able to do what they have to do during the day, and that is an awesome offering also. So I want to say that even though I am the representative today, but I'm a happy one because I have survived, and I have continued to not just survive, but I am thriving, and I thank you all for your contributions.
We're almost done. I actually just saw it with this great news here with 5-year survivors. Are there any other survivors in the audience? If there are, could you stand up? Is there anybody else in here who is, there we go. Just on exercise, just to kind of prove a point. Could I ask anybody in the audience, it's the last, I promise, the last audience participation, I'll ask for anybody in the audience who's had a loved one touched by cancer, just stand. Girls, you guys on the court too. Wow. Look at that. Guys, that's why we're here, right? It touches all of us. It touches all of us. And so we hope that today's event and what these girls are doing out here, it's our little way of making a difference. And the reason we're able to do it is because of people, I need to call out Vicky, Paul, and Melissa. So much always happen. One of them has a daughter here. You guys, actually, a couple of them do. Sorry. Oops, down. All right. With that, I'm going to hand this off to Melissa. We're gonna get our next speaker.
I'm pleased to introduce our next speaker who I'm trying to provide. It's an amazing sister of faith and wonderful survivor and thriver, and I'm just so pleased that Diane Chan is here with us today. Again, I love the others who have a Diane.
Well, she said my name is Diane Chan, and I am a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a sister, and I'm an aunt. And I'm also a breast cancer survivor. And before I get started, it's really cool to be back in here. My son is here. He's a graduate of CB West. 2012. What I'd like to do tonight is just give you a little bit of my journey. And my journey is a journey of faith and learning. It's a journey of questioning and pain and healing. And of course, it's a journey of hope. So I'm going to take the letters in the word hope, and that way I'll be able to share my story. H stands for health. Now, I was relatively healthy. I did all of my regular checkups. I used to go to the dentist twice a year. And I would go to my annual checkup at my gynecologist. And you would just make an appointment. You would go to the appointment, you get a letter in the mail, and everything was okay. So in February 2013, I went for my regular checkup. And they said they saw something fuzzy on the mammogram. So they took me aside and they gave me an ultrasound and they did a biopsy. And as they were going and doing that, I was praying. And I realized they left me all alone in that room. But I really wasn't alone. Soon they came back and said that everything was fine. It was just a benign cyst and I had nothing to worry about, that I was okay. And that day I learned about false assurance and blessed assurance at the same time. That was February 2013. I'm fast forwarding to July of 2013, just a few months later. Life was good. My son was going off to Eastern University. His baseball season was just ending, and everything was wonderful until I just did my regular breast exam. And I felt something I'd never felt before. I felt a lump. So I did a little more of a thorough breast exam, and I realized there were 2 lumps. And I immediately called my doctor. So I got into my doctor, and I was fast-tracked, and I immediately had another biopsy. This time there were 4 needles that went in. And I remember looking over my shoulder at the screen, seeing these large black spots. And I knew that it wasn't good. A few days later, I got the phone call that I had breast cancer. I was told that I had 3 tumors, and they were fairly large. I also had the size of a golf ball under my arm. I was not okay. I had cancer that was called triple-negative breast cancer, and my world was rocked big time. Now, I am a woman of faith, and I remember thinking, if God had allowed this to happen, how would I choose to live with it? So I started to pray, and I prayed for a Christian oncologist, and I found Dr. Sarah Goodyear at Doylestown Hospital. And she was wonderful. She was caring and she was so kind. And I loved her last name. It was Goodyear. Immediately after meeting her, it was a brain dump like I never expected. I had to make appointments and I had to tell my friends and my family, my coworkers. I had it scheduled for 8 super hard chemos and then I had my port put in. It was ready, set, go. Oh, I was not ready. So O stands for open. I was open to hearing everyone's stories, the good, the bad, the ugly. I wanted to hear about the drugs that they had to take. Were they good? Did they hurt? What were the side effects? I was open to receive everything from food to rides back and forth to the hospital to advice. I needed to eat better because I had a very low pH and a very high acidity in my body. I had asked for open doors for other doctors to be on my team, and I found surgeons at Fox Chase named Marshall Boras, and at Buckingham Fox Chase, I found my radiologist who was Shelley Hayes. I went to a Look Good, Feel Better program. There we talked about wigs and makeup and skincare, and I had to learn to draw on eyebrows. I had never drawn on eyebrows before. Yikes. I went out and found any survivor I could, and I heard their stories. It was in the hallways at work, and I had phone calls and text messages. I wanted to hear it all. And thankfully, they would share even the very hard, difficult parts of having cancer. So I was ready for my first chemotherapy session at the Cancer Institute of Doylestown Hospital. And I would meet the team at Alliance Cancer Specialists, and they were wonderful. They're so caring and so compassionate, and they're great at what they do. They held my hand, they explained everything in detail. They shared laughs and smiles and hugs, and they even prayed with me when I started my treatments. And there was one chemotherapy I feared the most, and the layman's term is called red devil. And when I had that red devil inserted into my body, I knew that it was going to take care of the cancer. But I also knew that God was there with me every day, and I was so thankful for the men and women at Alliance that they were there too. And I trusted them and needed them, and I watched their hearts of compassion as they helped others all day long in that infusion room. And I was able to minister there too, even as I was hooked up to the chemo feeding machine. Everything is now a blur. I was fitted for a wig, as we have been talking about, from ribbons at Doylestown Hospital. And about 2 weeks after my first session, my hair fell out. So I invited 12 very good friends to come over, and we had a shave party. And they shaved my head, we had scarves and hats and earrings, and there was joy. I can't explain it, but there was joy. I made friends each Wednesday as I went for my treatments, and I realized that each time I went, even though it was difficult, it was part of my healing journey. I was thankful for the very few side effects that I had, and I was able to return to work a few days after my treatments, and I continued to pray. Cancer will change your life, and you will never be the same. P stands for prayer. Prayer, I prayed before every appointment. I prayed before my decision to get a double mastectomy with no reconstruction. And I prayed before each of my 25 radiation treatments every day of the week. I was bathed in prayer, and I'm so thankful for it on the dark days and the days that I didn't feel well. And when I finally shouted for joy when I was told that I was cancer-free. I never gave cancer the big C. I was walking with my God, who was a big G. And the encourager in me looked for his footprint every single day. And when I looked in the mirror at my bald head, no eyebrows, and one eyelash that hung in there until the very end, and I did put mascara on it. But I knew that even though I was looking at that image in the mirror, my faith was growing stronger. So E stands for encourager. And that's where you come in. Right now, if you know someone, you can just take their hand and squeeze it. Or you can embrace them with a hug. Or you can wipe a tear away. Or you can sit and be still and just listen. And if you come and bring a meal, stay and share life with those lives that have been turned upside down. Let them know that they are not alone. Never take for granted the impact that you can make on the life of someone that you've come alongside to help. Even just a listening ear is huge, or a quiet prayer to remind them that someone does care. I was so thankful for their understanding and for encouraging me and sharing life with me, even when it took an unexpected turn. Nothing can prepare you for cancer, but you can be prepared to endure it with the help of others and through amazing fundraisers and awareness like tonight. Hope is something that we all look for, and I was allowed to live it out day by day, to know that God was there and still is a great blessing. It is an honor to be used by Him in this way. And I stand here today cancer-free and ready for His continuing next steps. I enrolled in the Thrive program at the Central Bucks Family YMCA, and it was giving me a healthier body and a great mindset. I am also sure to smile at everyone that I pass, because you never know what they're going through. And I am blessed with a husband and son here tonight, an extended family that stood by me, holding me on days that were difficult, and reminding me of the strong woman that I am today. Life doesn't always turn out the way we want or expect it, but all along the journey and in every day, we can choose to find joy, thankfulness, and of course, hope. Today, I have no
scars that look like smiles. And I have a new hair cover. I didn't go in with this cover. I came out with silver. It is not gray. And I have a wonderful and new appreciation for life. Cancer didn't win. And today I stand here as a victorious, thriving survivor with a thankful heart. And I can only say that hope is real. And it will make a difference no matter what you're going through. And I do thank you for allowing me to share my journey and end now with a heart that's filled with thanks for everyone who's a part of it. So remember, hope can change lives. And go get your mammograms, do those breast exams, and now go get your paint on. Go back.
You have the top two teams in the conference. Girls, get started. Come on.